guys, it's Sven on the SRS channel back again, and today we're gonna have a look at Edward Kenway figure from the Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag game. And this is a 1/6 scale figure made by DamToys, and with the license of Ubisoft and etc. This is the front of the box. A nice picture of Edward on the front there. You have the Assassin's Creed 4 logo on the side with the text "Leave this life for a lasting peace down among the dead." It's probably some quote by Edward Kenway in the game or something. On the back you got some copyright stuff and warnings and the pirate version of the Assassin's Creed logo. And on the other side you get the Assassin's Creed logo as well. On the top you also have the Assassin's Creed logo, and I'm not sure if my camera picks it up, but there's the emblem or the assassin symbol done in some silver shine there, and it's the same for the bottom. And when you open this box up, you have this second box with a nice display window for the figure. And on the side you got some Abstergo graphics and a picture of Kenway, the Assassin's Creed Black Flag logo, some story and a biography on the back there. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the box. Let's open it up and have a look at the contents. Inside the box you find a set of clamshells. On the top layer you have the figure itself. In the middle layer you have the cloak, swords and pistols. And in the third layer you have hands and the stand. So working our way up, you can see it's nicely packed in a clamshell. You get 4 set of extra hands. We'll have a better look at them in a second. The middle layer also packaged nicely in a clamshell are the 4 guns, the 2 swords and the cloak. And in the top layer you have the figure. Let me get everything out of the boxes and I'll be right back. The figure itself, it's wrapped in various bags and pieces of plastic. It was a piece of plastic on the top there, and plastic bag to cover the boots, and there's more plastic to prevent anything from sticking to the box, And the head sculpt has a piece of plastic over it. If I can get it removed here. And I can see that there's a piece of plastic protecting the neck of the figure that I will remove, and there's plastic bags covering the hands that I will remove, and yeah, give me a second, I'll remove the bags and I'll be right back. And let's quickly go over the accessories first, just to get them out of the way. And for starters, we have this stand with the Assassin's Creed 4 black flag logo. Got some licensing stuff on the underside here, and it's painted to look like a wooden floor or something, and you get this regular crutch grabber stand that you should easily be able to plug in right here. If I can get it, this was tight. And yeah, my connection here was pretty damn tight. I didn't even get it all the way down, if you can see there. Tried, but it was tight guys, but I got it in there in the end, and it ain't going anywhere. But yeah, that was the stand that comes with the figure. Put it to the side. Let's do the cloak piece. I'm not sure if I'm going to be using this one for display, but it's really nicely tailored. I can feel wire going from here, up here, down, all the way around to the middle, but it stops here, and it continues from here all the way around back up to the front again. And yeah, you see these rings here for some sort of attachment, but I don't think it's relevant for the character here, because there are magnets. You see the two round pieces here, and I'm pretty sure they're supposed to cling on to the figure, but it doesn't work all that good. Continuing with the cloak here, on the main piece you got wire running all the way down the side, along the bottom, and it stops, continues here in the middle and runs back all the way up. Here's the back of the cape, if I can keep it in focus. Nicely textured, some pleather stuff, I assume. See the lining on the inside here on both pieces. But yeah, I'll see if I can do a segment at the end with this piece on, but for now this is the cloak piece. Put it to the side. Let's continue with weaponry. The first sword It looks more or less like the eagle sword we got with Hot Toys Ezio figure, just that this particular one got a bent handle, you got a D-shaped wrist guard, you got the eagles on top here, and the blade itself is curved but nicely detailed, painted in silver, and the handle straps are painted and sculpted. Let's see if we can get really close here on the details. So yeah, that's the sword. You see the iconic eagle heads on both sides of the guard plate here. And the details at the blade here. You got the track in the middle of the blade here. I'm not sure what to call it in English at the moment, but yeah, it's like for blood and stuff. It's to avoid the blade getting suction when penetrating flesh. The design is mirrored on the other side. Nicely done pirate sword. The next one you can see is totally different. You see the handle here and the wrist guard with like a bronze, weathered bronze effect on the handle guard there. Handle is painted and sculpted. And you got silver paint on the blade itself. Nicely done. And then the pistols. There are, as you can see, there are 4 guns here. 3 of them are more or less the same design. You see the blunderbuss look-alike end of the barrel there where it widens out. The flintlock mechanism painted silver. The loading pin here, or whatever it is painted silver. Trigger guard painted gold. Trigger painted silver. The barrel itself is like a gold bronze application with some various symbols, including the Assassin's Creed symbol here in the middle. Nicely done too. Got the silver piece here on the other side of the flintlock mechanism, and at the end of the handle you get this I think it's supposed to be a dragon or wolf head, most likely some sort of dragon head painted silver. And the next gun here is actually identical in every way, same size and everything. with the same head on it, and then the two last guns, and the third gun is basically the same as the wolf gun, with the exception of the design on the barrel. You see the one on the right has some sort of face or something instead of the Assassin's Creed symbol, and the symbols overall are different on the barrel. On the one to the right, the flintlock mechanism is more or less the same with there's differences in the flintlock mechanism. This one got more of a ball shape up here, while this one just got like just bends backwards. The shield here, or the gunpowder shield, is flatter too than on the one on the right, as well as having different sculpt on the trigger guard here. Trigger still in silver, and yeah, there's a difference on the side piece on the other side here too. The biggest difference is the head here, which I think it's supposed to be some sort of demon or something with a ring through the nose. And the fourth gun basically the same design as far as the demon head with the nose ring goes. It's the same flintlock mechanism, but the trigger guard is different on this one than on this one, in both color and design. As well is the barrel different. It's shorter. The whole gun is shorter overall, as you can see here. But yeah, that's the guns, really nicely detailed. And then we have the arms or hands. We begin with the two tight fists here. Nicely sculpted, nicely painted. You can see the blood veins and stuff on the hands there. DamToys does a nice job. You see all the wrinkles in the hands and stuff here. But yeah, that's the two tight fists. And you get a pair of relaxed hands that I usually find on the figure stock. But these were in the tray. And yeah, nicely painted the same way, with just a different gesture. It's the relaxed hands. Then you get two hands for the guns, and they're too nicely painted and sculpted with the same blood veins. But yeah, that's the trigger fingers, and you get two splayed hands. These are mostly for the hidden blades. Nicely painted with the blood veins too, and as you can see, they're more flat for the blade action move, hidden blade action move. Really nicely sculpted and painted. And finally, on the figure itself, that was already on the figure, is a set of sword holding hands. I'm gonna remove one of the hands here just to let you have a look at the peg system. It's to remove the plastic bags that was on the hands straight out of the package. You actually have to remove the hand and slip off the bag and put the peg back in. But these are the type of pegs, hand pegs, that comes with this Assassin's Creed figure. As you can see, they easily go in and out of the arm of the figure, but I have a ball at the other end for the hands, and go in nice and easily. Yeah, so you have the in out, and when rotating you get up down. So let's have a better look at the figure itself. I just took it out of the packaging and I adjusted the hood. That's pretty much all I've done to it so far. Yeah, this is how it looks. No weapons or anything on him. The hood has a wire that goes all the way around the edge, but it's a single piece attached by 2-3 small straps to keep it on the figure, but it's basically loose, like it was a hat or something on top of the figure. So it's a little bit difficult to make it lay right on the body, but with a little bit of patience you can make it happen. First, let's have a quick spin around on the figure before we go into detail. As you can see, it's a pirate themed costume for this assassin. As mentioned, it's the Edward Kenway that used to be a pirate before he took on the assassin mantle. But here he is with yeah, I'd say it's spot on. The costume is nice. Quick 360 turnaround here, and as you can see, you got gun holsters here on the back. We get more back to that in a second, but yeah, that's a quick 360 of the figure. Let's get in a little bit closer and check it out. And if I adjust the camera a little bit here, bring in some lights. And let's remove the hood here. I tucked it under the shoulder piece here, but as you can see, there's a strap, and back here there is a strap, and you're just supposed to fill down the hood till you make it lay there however you want it. But there's the head sculpt itself. Just for the sake of it, I remove the head sculpt so the hood doesn't get in the way. But here is Edward Kenway. Nice blue eyes, sculpted beard, painted, got some scar on the cheek, nose and above the eyebrow there. Nice freckled paint app. It's as good as Hot Toys if you ask me. If I can just stop shaking. And the hairpiece is multi-layered. I can count at least 1, 2. There's a top layer that lies on top of the head sculpt itself, and sculpted hair. You got the ponytail look on the back there, all sculpted. And they say the hair is a little bit dark, but I think it's the correct color, because it's a pretty harsh daylight at the most of the time in the game, so it comes out a little bit brighter than on this head sculpt, but I think they got the hair color spot on. From the head sculpt is pretty damn well made. I just think that in the game and on still photos from the game, you have more sunken in cheeks here, but yeah, that could be just angle of the light too, but yeah, really nice painted. So I put it back on the neck piece here. The neck to chest is seamless in here, but I think it's a rubber piece on top there, because I can definitely move it, both down here and up here. Nice range on that ball joint there. Going over the figure itself, got a really awesome costume, pleather works for the vest and the belt there. I think this buckle might be die cast, or it might be plastic, but it feels die cast to me. It sounds die cast when rubbing my fingerprint across the sharp edges there too. I think these pieces here contains a metal piece. These are at least the front piece here. These are for the magnets for the cloak. Here are the two places for two of the guns. Shoulder pieces here are plastic with rubber or some going through here. Got to be a little bit careful with extending the arm outwards. Try to reach for some of the costume and pull it out, but be careful. I was worried that the elbow wouldn't have enough articulation to reach for over the chest for the guns, but it's a single piece and it doesn't cover the entire elbow joint, so that shouldn't be a problem. This piece is plastic and adjustable. Gauntlets are adjustable. Nicely done gauntlets. Then you have the hidden blades, and here's something new, guys. The Hot Toys Ezio figure had interchangeable blade. You could put it on and take it off to simulate the blades being extended. This one, however, has slide out blades, but I need to be a little bit careful. You can push it out a little bit from the top here, but that ain't much, and be really careful when reaching for it and pulling it out, because I have heard other reviewers say that they have lost the tip. A little bit of the tip of the blade here have snapped off because it's so sharp and thin. But you can extend the blade a fair bit here. I'm gonna stop it right there, I think. And be careful as you put it back in. Try not to push at the blade, but grab the sides of the blade and slowly ease it inwards. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle carefully back, and try to avoid pushing directly at the tip of the blade. Until you can see it pop up a little bit back up here again. It's the same function on both hidden blades. Looking at the design of the hidden blades here you see the skull motif with straps around it, and yeah, you have some gold and silver here, and you can see some tooth on the mechanical bits here, but they're not mechanical in the sense of the production of this figure though. And try to get a look at the sword holding hands while we're at it. Keep focus. They're nicely painted the same way, sculpted to hold the swords, as you can see. It's the same for the other hand here, and yeah, you got more belts and buckles. Here are the two sheath for the sword. It's mostly a loop through the belt to hang the swords in on both sides. You got another belt hanging down the side here, and you got the red sash around the waist hanging down, and the blue parts of the costume in the front here are wired. Wire runs from probably up here somewhere, going down the edge, around the bottom, and back up again on both front pieces. And you got the pants here, nicely weathered. And with the boots are a two-piece, as you can see here, for nice ankle rotation and tilt. And got the split on the inside and wrapped down. Beautifully sculpted. It looks seamless almost at the seam here, but nicely done. weathered underside of the boots, and the boots are mirrored. It's the same for the other boot. Looking at the back of the figure, these two pieces on both sides are wired too, going all the way down through the bottom and back up again for posing. The sash hanging down here is not wired, not the front piece either. You got the holsters for 2 more guns to put on his back here, and you got these 2 pouches. They're not functional though, but you can see there's a piece in there to keep it padded up. Continuing up the back here, you see the pleather, more belt and straps and stuff. I think this piece here is metal too. And yeah, these pieces are these are plastic, but it's probably a metal piece on the underside here for the magnets as mentioned. But yeah, go scroll down the figure. Here's the back of him. See the design of the hood and stuff, and doing the same for the front. Nicely tailored and bang on as far as the video game design goes. So give me a second and I'll see if I can't get the figure sorted out with some weaponry and a cloak. And here is the figure with all the accessories on. And the cloak is a bitch to get on because the magnets aren't strong enough, but with a little bit of fiddling you can make it happen. This is probably the pose I'm going to put him in for my display. I might even use the cape as it is right now though, but there's a quick 360 turnaround, and yeah, it's an awesome figure. I'm pleased to finally have it. I can't wait for the Altair figure by DamToys when that one ever arrives. But yeah, if you like this video, please hit the like button. Go nuts in the comments as usual, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Bye bye.